everyone, and welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel. My name is Rate Wrestle, and today is another UK Indie Spotlight where we've got a review on the latest Progress show, Chapter 146. They think it's all over. Well, it is now, because it was yesterday. And as usual, we've got DP reviewing these, because it's based all in London, and I can't get down there. How are you doing, DP?
Yeah, not too bad. It was a packed show in the ballroom last night, and yeah, excited to go through it.
Wonderful. I'm good as well, thank you.
That's alright.
Anyway, so we should get this show on the road. So we'll start off with a weird one to start off with, judging by what you've been saying. The World Championship, the Progress Championship, Spike Trevay versus Jonathan Gresham kicked off the show.
Yeah, correct. Yes, this was absolutely a shocker. Because obviously, matches on there's a lot of other ones that would be obvious starters. But yeah, so we started off with Spike Trevay and John Gresham. Obviously, it being the ballroom and it being wrestling, there's a lot of chants. The crowd were very loud in saying "fuck you, Spike," "Tory wanker." Eventually, we get started with the match though. So we had a bit of chain wrestling. Gresham has Spike in an arm lock. The first part of the match is mainly aimed at Gresham being in charge. Until eventually Trevay comes back with an eye rake. He takes control of the match until Gresham hits him with a dropkick. Trevay then headbutts Gresham. We get a deadlift suplex from Gresham. We get an exchange of shoulder tackles. Gresham brings down Spike. Spike hits a second rope code breaker for 2. Gresham then rolls up Spike later on for a 2 count. A kick out, from that roll up knocks down the ref. And as the ref's down, we see Bullet on the balcony, who was inconspicuously gone from Trevay's entrance. He's on the balcony. He throws down a cane to Spike. Spike hits Gresham with the cane and pins Gresham for the 3. So still your Progress champion. Spike
He's a bad man.
He's a bad man.
He cheated against the octopus.
Yeah, there's no year of the octopus this year.
Yep. Gutted for him. Spike Trevay, Master Heel. Bit of a dick.
Bit of a dick, bit of a Tory.
So what did you think of the match overall?
It was I sort of see why it opened. Because they wanted to get everything out of the way with the chanting.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And I'm not a huge fan of when fans sort of take the show hostage. Because there was a case where they were wrestling and there were still chants aimed at Spike. So as they were literally doing the chain wrestling at the start, there were still chants going strong of, very anti-Spike. And he can handle it, it's fine. But it's just, as someone who doesn't really partake in chanting that much, it can be a bit overwhelming. But,
I understand. Like for example, WWE shows the "Get the table, we want tables" chant is the worst thing in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you haven't watched the horror series, but the amount of times it's chanted and the boos when they don't bring out a table, and it's like, stop being children. You're kind of ruining the show because you're booing because they haven't brought a table out, not just because of the wrestling. It's like. But overall, you thought it was a good match?
Overall, yeah, good match, good opener.
Star it, rate it for me.
I would give it a solid 3-star.
Wonderful ratings.
Wonderful.
I love them. Excellent. So we'll kick off into next. I nearly said the next show there. The next match on the show, which was the Lyrical Dragon, Man Like the Reese, Birmingham's own, versus Cheeseburger from Ring of Honor, which is a name you don't see that often in the UK. Take it away.
Yeah, fair enough. So the world famous Cheeseburger taking on Man Like the Reese, who comes in with his rap, as he always does. So as they enter the ring, Derice's entrance plays again, and he basically talks about buying his merch. So he does a custom rap about buying his merch.
Is he heel in Progress? Is he a bad guy?
No, Not at all.
Okay, that just seems like a heelish thing to do.
It's just a wholehearted, endearing thing. It's like, hey, buy my merch. I need the money. That's what I'm saying.
Wholeheartedly, I need the money.
But when we get into the actual match itself, it's how most matches start with exchange of holds, but then we get a little pose off between the two of them. Cheeseburger with his unique offense, so like very like sort of slip slide, I guess octopus kind of style in a way. Like he's very flexible and very maneuverable to get out of holds and avoid Doris.
You make infringement.
A little bit. I don't even know a word for it. Doris comes back into it with a back body drop. We get a stalling suplex from Doris. We get Cheeseburger comes back with a flurry of kicks and a suplex of his own. We get a spinning set out powerbomb from Doris. Doris attempts his 450, but it's avoided. We get a spinning elbow from Cheeseburger, which is met by a running dropkick in reply. Cheeseburger hits a diving foot stomp for 2. We get a kip up and a cutter from Doris. We then get a fall away slam from Doris. Also followed by a lariat and then a last ride set out powerbomb, which is I think Kota Ibushi's finisher.
Oh, the shot. I can't remember what he calls it. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Not the knee. The powerbomb he does.
Yeah. The I can't remember what the finisher he calls it now. It's going to annoy me. No, you don't say stuff like that, mate. You need to segue. You need to start speaking while I'm finding out what Kota Ibushi's finisher's called.
So yeah, he hits that move when the match is at its end, and he pins Cheeseburger and for the 3. So that was the end of that match, and Doris gets another win to his record.
Yeah, I should have guessed the name. It's called the Golden Star Bomb.
Ah, okay, fine.
It's every move he has is called the Golden Star something. I probably should have worked that out.
Kamigoye.
Kamigoye, yeah, there's that, but then there's like Golden Star Press. There's Golden Star Press 2007. So, so I do apologise. I was too busy on that. Who won the match?
Doris won with the Golden Star Bomb.
0-1-2-1.
0-1.
When I say 0-1.
You say
well, you've
2-1.
ruined that now, yeah. 0-1. Oh, this is a shit show, this isn't it?
It's fine. I did it right with Frozzy before. It's fine.
No, we're not editing any of this out. This is golden TV, this is.
Golden Star TV.
So what did you think overall?
Yeah, it's a very fun match. I'm surprised it didn't open up because of the crowd involvement. But again, I know why Spike and Gresham did. And this was a nice match to follow on from it as well. Like there wasn't any like heel tactics used or anything like that. It was mainly just hey, buy his merch, or hey, look at my inflatable cheeseburger. It was like it was very fun, very crowd involved, and it was just a nice thing to follow on from the crowd taking the show hostage with the first match.
You're not going to let that go, are you?
I'm not.
Ratings.
Oh yeah, sorry. I would rate this 2 3/4.
The opener was better. The booking. If you look at Battle of the Brands, they're booking it right. Next up, we have a. Is it what's the division called in progress? Is it just the women's division, or is
women's
it?
Division, yeah, it's.
It is the women's division. Yeah. So we've got Rio, not that one. So Rio from the UK versus Sky Smithson.
Yeah. So naturally, both of them make their entrances. So Rio comes out first. When Sky comes out, she's with LA Taylor from the Experience. She then taunts Sky, saying she can't come up by herself, and basically calls her Lana's bitch. This proceeds with an all-out brawl between the two of them. LA, as a note here, does not get involved whatsoever. So I don't know what's going on there. But LA stays away from it all while Sky and Rio brawl. Then we get all the staff come in to separate them. So you know the staff in red shirts.
Yeah.
So they come in, they're separating them. They're still trying to go at it, Bobby and held back. And then Simon Miller, the host, comes out, he just comes from the side and says the match has been thrown out by the ref.
Okay.
The brawl continues. Now Taylor gets involved. As she's fighting Rio, by the rampway. Sky climbs up onto the top turnbuckle and jumps onto Rio and Scott and Rio in LA, and that pretty much ends it.
So what did you think of the match?
I'm going to give it a NA. It's not applicable.
Did the bow even ring?
No.
Okay, that's fair enough then.
It was literally like they got there, she taunted, brawl, separation, top spot, and then that's it.
Something different though. You don't normally expect that from an indie show to have just a no contest. Like the match is there, and the match doesn't happen.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, it wasn't usual, as you said. Like, it was just something that I think we were all sort of caught back from and assumed it probably happened later on in the night.
And we'll find out if it did.
Spoilers.
Yep. Okay, so after this match got thrown out, it's time for some tag team action as the team of Malik and Costa took on Anthony Ogogo, and replacing Akinfenwa was Driller Maloney.
Hell yeah.
0121.
0121. We'll get it right one day. But yeah, this match was essentially just a follow on from last chapter, where Malik fought Ogogo in a knockout match. Costa and his lot, how what they're called, like they're called the OGs or something like that. And they come in and they get themselves involved as well. So it's like sort of like a group battle last time round. This time round is no different. Malik's brought his guys. Ogogo has brought no one. Akinfenwa's not here. So he brings out Dan Maloney, who comes out with Melot DeVries and Leon Slater.
0121.
So we've got a fair battle here, kind of.
Yep.
So Costa insists on putting on boxing gloves to start things off to fight Ogogo.
Okay, that's going to work well, yeah.
So he puts gloves on. And then Maloney's going to start things off, but he tags in Ogogo to appease Costa. Ogogo comes in, and then Costa just tags Malik in.
Wonderful.
Yes. So Ogogo and Malik start things off. Malik gets an early burst of offense on, but Ogogo hits a German suplex to basically get himself back in it. At points throughout the match, Malik goes to tag in Costa as you would a tag partner to rest and to, get some time to recuperate. But Costa refuses to tag in. Like, he's literally standing away from the ring corner to sort of avoid being tagged in. Maloney comes in, but Malik gets a pop-up knee strike on him. Then we get a series of drop kicks from Maloney. At this point, I've written everyone gets involved, and by that I mean both groups getting each other's faces at ringside. Eventually, though, we're back to Malik and Maloney in the ring. Malik and Costa hit a couple of combo moves on Maloney, which is a bit odd, but hey. We get a spinning facebuster from Malik onto Ogogo. At this point, Costa is accidentally tagged in by Malik. So essentially, like, he stands in the corner, not tagging in Costa, but Costa sort of like taps him on the shoulder, sort of like, yeah, good job, because that's a tag. He's now a legal man. So he comes in. At this point, the goons come back in, the squad.
The goons.
I've written goons here. That's what but yeah, they get involved again, and Slater and DeVries get involved. They take the guys out, and then Ogogo takes out the other guys with Malik as well. We then get a spot where it's just Costa in the ring with Maloney and Ogogo. We get a pop-up punch from Ogogo, followed by the driller by Maloney, which probably broke Costa's neck.
Wonderful.
But I got the free count.
Okay, that's good. Thought you were going to tell me he kicked out. Oh, you said that. He was going to go into a full-on Frozzy rant. Broke his neck, kicked out.
Connor Mills, shout out to you, bud.
Excellent. 0121. So, what was your overall perspective of that match?
A bit too much shenanigans for me. It was alright. It served the purpose it was meant to serve. Yeah. I do hope this is the end of a Go-Go Manic, because I don't know where else they can go. I'm
assuming you just mean in wrestling terms.
Oh yeah. Like in terms of like them feuding. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. In terms of them feuding, I hope that's it.
So it's just the end.
there's other things American Costa can do, and Go-Go should be, aiming a bit higher than where he is right now.
Okay, and what we rating it?
Just due to the shenanigans, 2-star.
Oh, gripping ratings, that is. So we'll move on next. I'm hoping I get this right. So we've got Tafka, who's the bodyguard or personal assistant of Coroner. Is he a friend? I don't know. What is he?
No. Tafka is the artist formerly known as.
Is that Cara Noir?
Yes. Well, not really. But...
Okay, that's wonderful. Tom Dawkins is Cara Noir.
Yeah.
But he's called Tafka.
No, Tafka is an abbreviation for the artist formerly known as.
The artist formerly known as... Oh, okay, so you've just been funny on Twitter, were you?
Yeah.
Absolute jebend. So we had Tom Dawkins versus the personal bodyguard of Spike Trevay and the man that's already done some shenanigans tonight, Bullet. So take it away.
That's right. Start things off. Obviously, Spike's here, so that results in more hostage taking. But Spike announces that if Tom Dawkins does indeed beat Bullet, he'll get a chance to fight Spike at some point in the future. I don't know when. But to begin the match, Tom is thrown around the ring because Bullet is a big, big man. We get some kicks though from Tom to give him some momentum back. Unfortunately for him, he's thrown to the outside, where he gets an encounter with Spike, who essentially just taunts him and then punches him when the ref's not looking and throws him back in the ring. Bullet has a lot of the control. At one point, though, the ref is distracted by Spike, and he attempts a low blow on Tom, but Tom catches him in between his legs, sort of like the Zack Sabre Jr. reversal or low blow.
Yeah.
It's like that. We get a choke slam for Bullet for 2, and then a second choke slam gets the 3.
Wow.
So Bullet beats Tom Dawkins.
Okay, so is Tom Dawkins on a as we've probably announced already? So is Cara Noir on a downfall in progress? Is this what this is?
So back in I want to say May.
Yeah.
It might have been May. Spike Trevay fought Cara Noir.
Oh, loser leaves progress, weren't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah, I completely forgot that existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I didn't know he lost. There we go. That makes sense to me now because obviously Spike is still there, so it would make sense.
Yeah. So Cara Noir was forced to leave progress. And that's resulted in Tom Dawkins essentially being in progress because he can't use the Cara Noir persona.
Okay, so he could just call himself something else and turn back up. I'm gonna use that in my old job. I'm now right wrestle. Hire me.
But then after the match, we get a little bit of a moment where Spike says that he's humiliated Tom, and now people in the ballroom can see how useless Tom is. And they're about to leave, and Tom is saying, "Don't leave, don't leave," like sort of like begging that you don't leave. Until one point, he just shouts out, "Simon!" So that was, I'm assuming, Spike's real name.
Yeah.
That gets him to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
And he says like, how he's not useless and how he feels empty since losing Cara Noir. He just feels like he's nothing. And then Spike looks at him and says, "You truly are useless, and you've exhausted your purpose." And then leaves. And then following on from that, we get Tom just talking to the crowd, saying how the ballroom's not his home anymore.
Well,
he doesn't feel like himself anymore. And then leaves. So
wow, this is Depressing.
We've got a lot of mystery about that.
Yeah, it sounds very depressing. He's going to come back as Dawkins Thomas. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Growing a War. I didn't really know much about this, which this has enlightened me.
Mm.
So, ratings for the match?
The match itself, again, it's like a 2-star. There wasn't much to it. It was a very short match as well.
Wonderful.
But the
So,
if I include the story afterwards in the rating, it'd be like a 4-star.
that's not how life works. Anyway, let's move on. So next up, which I believe could have been the main event, which was Chuck Mando putting his hair on the line against Kid Lycos, who was putting on his mask. So it's a mask versus air mask, very AAA version of wrestling. So how did this go?
So you don't know who won, do you?
I do not know, so this will be wonderful, because I'm seeing one of them live the weekend.
So I'll ask you now, who do you think is losing their hair or losing their mask?
Chuck Mambo bald would be weird, so I'm going to go with Lycos mask, but Lycos without his mask would be weird as well.
But to be fair,
I'm going to go with a draw. They both lost everything.
It's important to note as well before we get into it. Both of these men did this match in an attempt to raise money for charity.
Yeah.
I'll put the link probably in the description of the video. So if you can donate, please do. It goes to a good cause. But yeah, we'll go into the match. So if everything started, Chuck wastes no time, and he goes an onslaught of offense on Lycos, who retreats to the outside. We then get Chuck performs a crossbody from the top turnbuckle to the chairs on the outside onto Lycos. So literally, Lycos is in the chair. He's sitting in one of the front row chairs, and he dives onto him while sitting down on a chair in the chairs. At this point, TK and Lycos 2 do something, and they get involved and then subsequently thrown out because Lycos 2 tried to use a bacon tray, which didn't work. So.
It's a signature of Lycos, you.
But yeah, both of them got thrown out, TK and Lycos 2. Chuck hits a surfboard on Lycos. Lycos is able to stop a springboard though by tripping up Mambo. Like literally, just sweeps his leg while he's on the top rope to get him to fall backwards. Lycos goes to prematurely cut Chuck's hair, but Mambo reverses it into an electric chair hold, so like on his shoulders. Yeah. But in this moment, Lycos raises himself and begins to cut Chuck's hair. Chuck releases, but then he's hit by an enziguri. Okay. He retreats to the corner, but where he hits a Tower of London onto Lycos. Chuck goes for a release double kick, but Lycos reverses, and instead of this, Chuck hits a drop kick instead. We get Lycos trapped in a tree of woe, and as this happens, Chuck begins to rip at Lycos' mask. Lycos knocks him over to the mat and hits a diving senton for 2. We get a brain buster attempt, which goes awry. But Lycos says,
Brain Buster!
Shut up, Lycos.
Thank you.
He attempts a Brain Buster, but because it don't work, he gets a kick instead. Another attempt is reversed into an inside cradle for 2.
Brain Buster!
Shut up, Lycos. We get a headbutt from Lycos, which turns into a trigger for Chuck. So that essentially turns on switching him. Who hits his own Brain Buster for 2. It's fine because that one was Chuck. Lycos hits a Casanova on Chuck for 2. Yeah. Lycos then goes for the Brain Buster. Shut up, Lycos. But he hits the Brain Buster this time, and it's for 2.
Move.
Lycos 2 comes back with the bacon tray again.
Of course.
But here comes TK to counter that. Lycos 2 sees him, hits him with the bacon tray, doesn't work because TK Samoan. Mambo does a springboard 450 to the outside onto Lycos 2 and TK, unfortunately. Mambo then hits the beach break on Lycos for 2. So like his one is like the springboard frog splash,
Yeah.
and then he hits the other beach break, which is the one that Cassidy does on AW for 2, and Lacos puts his foot on the rope. At this point, then Lacos is able to lock in an arm trap submission. I'm not sure what he calls it. It's like an arm back trapped submission on Mambo. Mambo goes for the ropes. He can't reach them. Lacos transitions into the hold again, but more space to get him away from the ropes. Reapplies the pressure, and Mambo taps.
Hey ho, bold Mambo! He's in the main event of Kamikaze. That's going to be a flipping shock to me.
But yeah, so they did it right there and then in the ring. They shaved him bald then.
Is he full on bald?
More or less, yeah.
Jesus.
Like it's not like it ain't like Stone Cold bald. It's like he's got like the very light layer of hair.
Okay. So yeah, that's going to be a surprise to the Kamikaze fans. You know, seeing him crew cutted. What were we thinking rating was?
Rating wise, this was a banger of a match. Like not like Sheamus banger, but like but like this was a really good match. Best of the night so far. I'd give this 4-star.
Wrestling.
We love it.
So that's your match of the night so far. I'm not going to question if it is your match of the night yet, and we'll get up. So we're following on from this. We had Elijah facing Mr. Crowley, Charles Crowley.
Mr. Charles Crowley, indeed.
The what's he called? The nickname?
The Spectacular Twat.
That's it, yeah. Because he at Kamikaze he called him because he was facing Chester Moff. He called himself the Session Twat. So
we love Crowley, we do. Yeah. So obviously, I don't know if you know, in progress, he's been on a bit of a downward spiral. Crowley.
I saw bits, but like I'm not. Yeah.
So obviously, Elijah is his pupil of sorts, in which he was managing him and like guiding him to victories, essentially. During the lockdown era as well of progress. But obviously, since he lost to Maggot at chapter 136, I think it was. I could be wrong on that. But he lost to Maggot, and that caused him to go into a downward spiral because Maggot is the son of nothing. So what does that make Crowley? And Crowley gets in his own head and begins to call himself worthless. Shouldn't be alive. That sort of stuff. Like, who is he? He's nothing.
He's not in a good role, is he?
No. So he's not in a good mindset whatsoever. But obviously, at the last chapter, he returned to the ballroom and confronted Elijah and just said, "Hey, I'm ready. I'm back. I'm ready to be with you again, to be your mentor again, to be your manager again." And Elijah said, "No, you don't want it." And then that leads to this match now.
Okay, it was 136, by the way. You were right. Well done.
Woo! So to start things off, Crowley does not want to fight Elijah whatsoever. So he lays down for Elijah to just say, pin me, do it, end it. Elijah puts a boot on him. 1, 2. He raises the boot.
Okay, that's good. I was going to say this is going to be a spectacular match.
Elijah pins him again, but with his hands. 1, 2. Again, gets off.
Okay.
Elijah then does a full-on desperation pin. You know, like when someone does like when on a hot flurry, and they do that weird pin where it's like they're moving the body with it as a pin.
Yeah.
He does one of those. 1, 2. Kick out.
Sweet!
We get a kick out from Crowley, which is just Elijah saying, "Oh shit, he kicked out." he didn't kick out.
Okay.
Elijah hits a forearm on Crowley, and Crowley keeps avoiding Elijah. Like he's doing like leapfrogs, drop downs, just avoid fighting Elijah whatsoever. Crowley does not want to fight. We then get a series of arm drags from Elijah.
Okay.
And he keeps beating down on Crowley, and Crowley has nothing. He doesn't want to fight. But at some point, The crowd are chanting, you know, we want our twat. Spectacular, you are spectacular.
Yeah.
Like, and at some point the words start ringing in Crowley's head. That he sort of unleashes himself, and the twat is back, kind of in progress. So he begins fighting back against a flurry of strikers with speed offense. Elijah retreats to the outside. Crowley gets a chair from someone in a twat t-shirt. Literally, there's a guy sitting next to me wearing a twat t-shirt, and he just said, you're a follower of Crowley. And he borrows his chair, and he goes to he seats Elijah on the chair, and he goes to hit him with like a bicycle kick, but Elijah gets up in time, avoids it, and does an electric chair facebuster onto the chair on Crowley. Elijah in control of the action as we go back to the ring. Crowley goes for a moonsault, which he misses. We then get Elijah hitting a crucifix bomb for 2. Crowley reverses a move of Elijah's into a triangle choke. Elijah lifts the choke and slams Crowley into the corner. Elijah hits his spine buster, but he's caught in another triangle choke. This time mixed with a mandible claw. And that makes Elijah pass out. Crowley wins.
You mad? That sounds so somber.
It was a little bit, but it was also a good moment as well.
So what was your overall thoughts?
This was a very story-driven match. Like, the other ones have story to them, but not in the same way.
Yeah.
Like, this was a very story-driven match, and like I said, it's been going on for a good number of chapters now. Like, this is 11 chapters since Crowley lost to Maggot. No, 10 chapters, sorry.
What was the overall rating then?
For the match itself, or like in general?
Match itself, that's what I rate stuff on, flipping general.
Fair
I ain't
enough.
doing general.
The match itself, 2.5.
Excellent. Like,
Yeah.
you can add the story into the match, as long as it's within the parameters of the match, I don't mind. It's if you're going, after the match, it added 6 stars to it.
No, but I mean, like, if you include the story element of it, like...
Yeah, no, that's
a
part
lot,
of the match,
a lot of it wasn't fighting, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's part of the match, yeah.
But, like, I assume, yeah, I'd give it, like, 3.5 then.
Yeah, there we go. That's a right wrestle way of booking. There we go.
But
So we'll move on.
The twat is back in progress.
The twat is back. And we're going to move on to... so we had Laura Di Matteo facing the pride of Liverpool, Alexis Falcon.
That's right.
I know things.
So Matteo's been on a very poor streak this month in general, really. She's lost every match that I've seen her at.
So basically, you're the reason.
Maybe. She lost, obviously, the Eve international title to you.
Me?
Not you. She obviously lost as well at Coliseum. Against...
To me?
No. Against Charlie Morgan.
Because I'm clearly the reason if I've been winning.
But yeah, no, she's on a very poor streak right now, so she needs a win to get back into things.
Yeah.
So can she get it at the hands of Falcon, who also has her own thing going on in progress, which we'll get to.
Okay, the way you describe it, that's a thing going on. I was like, that's very good journalism.
Well, no, I mean, I'll get into it later.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. Carry
on. So the match starts with a back and forth between strikes. Di Matteo picks Falcon apart with multiple limb strikes and holds. Followed up by more kicks. We get a slap from Matteo, which angers Falcon, and she hits a drop kick. It doesn't last long, however, as Laura was able to turn tables and trap Alexis in the corner. She uses the ring post as a back stretcher for Alexis. I knew what I meant by that, but I know right now it doesn't sound like a lot of English. But essentially, like she has Falcon in the corner, like back against the ring post, and she uses the legs and head or neck to stretch.
Back.
Yeah.
Back stretch.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Alexis does a sleeper slam to gain the upper hand. She misses a cartwheel neckbreaker, but instead hits a German suplex instead. We get a code breaker from Laura for 2. Laura locks in a body sleeper, but Falcon's able to get a pin on for that from 2. Laura locks the sleeper in again. Falcon doesn't tap. Alexis hits a back stunner from the sleeper position. Alexis then hits a Rip Hun twisting facebuster for the 3.
Team Attires in the bin.
Unfortunately, it seems that way.
And it's your fault.
It might be my fault. But post match, this is the film I was getting to. We get Nina Samuels appears on the screen.
Yeah.
And she's been in a feud with Falcon recently. She says like, "Oh, you're this. Everyone likes her. You're this tough woman who has no fear and doesn't really care." And then she shows like this video of Alexis in her true element, where it's like her doing like vlogs about diamonds, and like her at Disneyland and stuff like that.
Poor Alexa. Let her do what she wants to do.
But yeah, it's meant.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's meant to be a way to sort of bring her down and embarrass her. But the crowd's saying like Disney's awesome. So
Nina Samuels is in the bin. Disney's gonna come after her.
But yeah, that was pretty much all that. We get a lot of chants of again Disney's awesome, but Alexis can't hear it. She's too ashamed by the video, and just leaves.
Wonderful. Ratings.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So you should be.
Rating wise,
it's in my name.
I would give this. Well, not your shoot name. I would give this a 3-star. Yeah, 3-star.
That's good. Good booking.
Yeah.
We're up to the penultimate match of the show, I believe. I'm assuming it is because is this the second to last match?
It's the third to last match.
Third to last match. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's an image one here. Sorry, yeah. So we're up to the third to last match in this super show of 5,000 matches. So we've got the Natural Progression Series final, which is RKJ Ricky Knight Jr. versus Tateness is Greatness Tate Mayfair. Did I say that right? I did say it right. For some reason, his surname didn't sound correct in my head. I do apologise, Tate.
If Tate does indeed watch the show, that is.
Yeah, he ain't watching this.
But yeah. Rumor has it, if you go into Google and type in the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk planet Earth, a picture of Tate appears.
Wrestler to ever walk planet Earth. Let's have a look.
Is it Tate?
Tate Mayfair.
Oh shit!
It does come up on Google.
Okay.
Okay, I respect the man. I have nothing but respect for this man now. He's already. I've never seen him wrestle, and he's already won me over.
I legit. I've never done it before as well, so I assume it's a bit.
Yeah. We're both doing it.
I'm also just checking it out myself. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't get what you got, but I got like interviews and stuff like that. But
yeah, but it says my British Rest Journey, yeah, podcast Apple, and they first joined, yeah, so it's him.
Shit.
Fair enough. Don't know, I feel silly.
Well, it is real. It's
Yep.
It's the truth. You can't avoid it. Oh well, moving on. So the next match of the night was.
Let's get into the actual match.
Yes. So I assume you don't know who wins.
I know nothing is at the main event because it was plastered everywhere, but we'll get there.
Fair. Who do you think is the winner of the NPS Series 8? Or NPS 8, sorry.
I'm a big fan of Ricky Knight Jr.
Mm-hmm.
But he's massive in rev, so I can see Tate winning this.
Mm-hmm. So
That's my
okay.
professional reasoning.
Okay, fair enough. So you go and Tate wins.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So was I.
Yeah, we all know you're a mark.
I'm meant to be impartial.
I don't want to bring up what you did on Twitter. Let's move on.
So we get a fast-paced back and forth between the pair of them to start off. A dropkick from RKJ sends Tate to the outside. RKJ then sends Tate into a stack of chairs on the outside, literally wasting no time whatsoever.
Yeah.
We get a shell tackle from RKJ that takes Tate down. Tate is able to drop the ropes though and send RKJ to the outside after a missed clothesline. Tate throws RKJ into the ring post on the outside. We get limb offense from Tate as he steps on RKJ's feet. And then he does the Tateless is Greatness cartwheel elbow. So literally, as it sounds. We get a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Tate. We get a headbutt from RKJ, which brings Tate down. We get 2 nasty chops from RKJ, as I've written here. Nasty in caps. Death Valley Driver from RKJ. We get a corner drop kick and a low drop kick to a seated Tate in the corner. We get a rope hung facebuster from RKJ. We get Tate able to come back into the match with a half and half suplex takes him down. Tate responds to that with a German suplex. Tate then hits his pop-up punch, which is like he gets onto like the opponent's knee and then propels himself into the air to then punch him. RKJ replies with his lariat. At this point, both men are down, and we get a lot of this progress chance, which is the first point of the night that we get this is progress chance. We get an exchange of strikes. We get a razor's edge to Tate for 2. Tate ducks a clothesline, and RKJ gets stuck on a turnbuckle. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. Sorry. Tate ducks and RKJ ducks a dropkick attempt. Sorry. So now he's stuck in a tree of woe. And then something that you'll hopefully see at Kamikaze. The best coast to coast performed by a wrestler.
In his opinion or yours?
In my opinion.
You absolute mark.
No,
Let's carry on.
No, I swear. Like people agree with me. It's one of the best.
No, I've seen RVD do it.
Yeah, but that's a drop kick. This is an elbow.
Okay, elbow. I've seen Shane McMahon do it.
He's also drop kick.
I've seen Tate Mayfair's do it on Saturday.
But following from that, RKJ hits a move, but Tate kicks out of it. Tate avoids an island driver, which is a Ricky's finisher. We go to the outside again, and now we're on the stage. So the stairs that are set up by the ramp, so that the way that they come through the entrance, come down the stairs.
Yeah.
So those stairs are there. Tate is able to knock RKJ onto the stairs, so like super kick makes him fall onto the stairs. Tate then hits a Fisherman Buster on RKJ in the ring, that is. Tate removes a turnbuckle as a distraction for the ref while he goes through his knuckles, his brass knuckles that he has. But RKJ is able to knock him out of Tate's hand before he can use them. RKJ then goes for a razor's edge, but he transitions into an island driver and hits it on Tate for the free. RKJ is the winner of the Natural Progression Series 8.
Wow. I didn't expect that, I'm going to be honest.
No, I didn't either.
You sound like you're about to cry. Good!
I didn't even know.
Tightness is in the business. I'm hoping you don't relay this prior to Kamikaze. So what were your overall thoughts?
This was a fantastic match. Like, bias aside, like, Ricky is a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, and you can see it in the way he wrestles, the way he acts, that he loves what he does as well, and that's just beautiful to see. Like, and this was, like I said, this was a great match, and yeah, this is number 4 star for me.
Wonderful.
So this is tied for me with Mambo and Lycos.
Hey ho, Mambo. So moving on to the semi-main,
Yes.
we're finally there. We've got Big Damo and Axel Teacher, I can't remember how the Wolfman, the Axeman, taking on Luke Jacobs, and it was supposed to be Chris Ridgway, but he's ill at the moment, so he was replaced with Leon Slater.
That's right. HCW interview alumni.
Yep, that was the thing.
But yeah, so we start things off here with Jacobs and Tisha. I think it's Tuisha. I don't know how you pronounce it. With
Alexander Wolf.
I'll say Axel.
Yeah.
So Jacobs and Axel start things off. Jacobs withstands Axel's attacks and invites him to do more in the way that Jacobs does. Mm-hmm. Axel then tags in Damo, and Jacobs tags in Slater for whatever reason. And at this point, I've written here, Damo flattens Leon.
I expected that.
Damo then hits a senton on Leon, further flattening.
Was it like a cartoon flatten where it was just a pancake on the floor?
Leon's able to bounce back with a drop kick. He then tags back in to Jacobs. And Jacobs chops Damo. This is the match everyone wants. Damo and Jacobs. You know, big man slapping meat. You get Slater back in now, who tags back in and keeps the offensive going on Damo. We get more tag offense from Slater and Jacobs as Luke delivers a kick to Damo's head. Damo does a Samoan drop and fall away slam combo on both Slater and Luke, so has them both at the same time. Axel tags himself in and hits some offense on Luke. He tags Damo back in and they continue the offense on. Damo hits a nasty elbow drop onto Jacobs. Damo is about to do a top rope move when Slater intervenes. This allows Jacobs to throw Damo from the top rope. In one of those moments that was sort of like, don't break the ring, please.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a main event happening, come on.
Yeah. Axel and Slater tag in though. Slater gets some offense on, but Axel's strength gives him the upper hand. Damo and Axel hit an assisted power slam for 2 when Jacobs breaks it up. Damo and Jacobs exchange lariats until Damo eventually goes down. And Luke hits a power driver that I don't know if it was meant to be a power bomb.
Okay.
And it looked horrible because it looked like Damo landed on his neck. So I don't know. But he seemed fine after, so I don't know. Slater hits his signature corner tope on Damo and Axel on the outside. Slater then hits a shooting star 450 splash for 2 onto Damo, that is, when Axel pushes Jacobs into the pin. Axel and Damo dismiss with Jacobs and then work on Slater. They hit a tag finish for the 3 on Slater, that is.
Good God.
Good
Vanity
God.
wins. So ratings, overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts, this was a banger match. Like, I don't know what more Ridgway could have added to it, but this was a fantastic match. Slater was not someone who let down as being the replacement of the match. This was sort of everywhere at the same time as it being, well, anywhere. And it was honestly like a perfect match for these 4 guys. Like, it wasn't flashy, it was hard hitting. Yeah, Slater who was nice change of pace for things, because obviously the 3 other guys are not exactly fast workers, whereas Leon is a fast worker.
Yeah.
But a lot of hard hitting action, a lot of big men slapping their meat.
That's
I just
terrible wording. You're keeping that on. I don't see that in here.
I'm absolutely removing that.
You're not removing it because I'm going to say it now. He said big men slapping their meat. I'm going to repeat it halfway through the Lana Austin match just so you can't cut it out.
No, it's just very hard hitting and a lot of big
men slapping their meat.
So this was.
You better keep blooper reels for these kind of things.
I really should. But yeah, this was a very hard hitting match. A lot of big men slapping meat sort of moments in the match as well. Very, very good, very solid match between these 4 guys. And rating wise, I'd probably go like 3 3/4.
Ooh, close to match of the night.
It wasn't there. It was very close to it, though.
And now to the main event of the evening. The reigning, defending women's champion, Kanji,
Yes.
versus Lana Austin. I have no bias that I really want Lana Austin to win this match, because I really like Lana Austin as a wrestler. Let's get into this.
So yeah, this is as you said, for the Progress Women's Championship. Lana begins by evading Kanji. Kanji gets some offensive arm with strikes. Lana is able to get an advantage, but Kanji is able to counter. A failed Tiger Feint kick leads to a suplex from Lana. Kanji hits a series of maneuvers, which leads to a successful Tiger Feint kick. Kanji hits a nasty slap on Lana, and with further strikes, Lana's hit by a backwards elbow.
Yeah.
A headbutt from Lana takes Kanji down, followed by a clothesline for 2. We get a spinning lariat from Lana, which hits the ref accidentally. So at this point, LA and Sky, who are ringside, I should have said, LA and Sky get themselves involved. Sky gives Lana a steel chair, but Rio not that one. Rio comes out to prevent Lana using the steel chair. Kanji then hits the Kanji effect, which is her like a ripcord backwards elbow. With full impact, but the ref is down, so no pin can be made. We then get a spinning lariat from Lana, which connects with Kanji, but the ref is still down, so no pin can be made. At this point, Rio and LA Taylor fight on the outside. Rio and LA fight on the outside.
Rio!
Lana attempts to use the chair, but Kanji super kicks the chair onto Lana. However, Lana still has the chair. So when Kanji runs against the ropes, Lana hits her with the chair. Fully in the side as well. Lana goes for the cover. 1, 2, kick out. 2.9, quite literally. We get a spinning lariat from Lana, which connects with Kanji. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, kick out. At this point, I wrote here that was 2.9999. Lana Lana wails, on Kanji with strikes. Kanji then hits an inside cradle. 1, 2, kick out. Instantly after the inside cradle, Lana grabs Kanji and puts her in between the ropes and hits a rope trap DDT directly on the head. 1, 2, 3. New Progress Women's Champion, Lana Austin.
Imps rejoice. We have won. Overall thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I'm trying to go over that comment that you just made. But no, this was a fantastic match. I can see why it main evented.
Yeah.
Because obviously the title change. And I don't think they went another ballroom show getting booed out of the fucking arena when Spike retains.
Yeah, look, they should understand it's not bad on them. It's just really sound effect wise every show getting booed out.
Yeah, it bad on you guys whatsoever. No. But yeah, Lana wins this match. She's a new champion. Kanji's long running reign has been ended again. So it'll be interesting to see what Kanji moves on to, because I can see her going to Japan, in all honesty, or America even. I don't know. I think Kanji's sort of done everything that she can in the UK scene.
Yeah, she needs to broaden out now.
Not necessarily needs to, but it's just a matter if she wants to or not. But she's. To be fair, I don't think she's held the Rev Pro women's title. She has the Southside one, but not the actual Rev Pro one. So I don't know, but that's coming up in December anyway. Her and Windsor for both titles. So Who knows?
That could be the catalyst.
Yeah. But
So what you rating it?
This, I really enjoyed it, and the crowd made up for it as well, because this was like the most like positively charged crowd for this match. I would go 4.25, so 4.25.
Match of the night.
Absolutely, match of the night. Absolutely.
Excellent. And did anything else happen after this, or is it Lani celebrating and the show ended?
It was Lana celebrating. That's pretty much it, really. The crowd went home, some happy, some not.
Yeah.
Lana is a great worker and someone who deserves a world title within a big company in BritWres.
She's already got the kamikaze doll. Lay down, son.
But
so, overall thoughts of the show?
Overall thoughts of the show? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Ups and downs, but everything has that. They made the right choice in regards to what main evented. Because it could have been this or the hair versus mask. Mm-hmm. I fully agree with not having Spike main event. Nothing against Michael Gresham, it's just because of the crowd. But yeah, this was a very good, very enjoyable event, and yeah, I have no further comments to make. You know my thoughts about
Wonderful.
Sewing, but it's fine.
Yeah, people left early. Bastards.
I mean, I'm hoping you wouldn't say it, but okay. Yeah, honestly.
What do you want from me? I tell the truth.
Just fuck every single person in the ballroom who left because the main event wasn't men.
And on that note, this has been the HCW Indie Review channel. Follow us subscribe to the channel, like down below. If you went to the show, comment on what you enjoyed. We are now on Twitch. Well, we've been on Twitch for a month or so. That's somewhere on the screen. I think it's up there. That's where we're going, isn't it? It's up there.
Somewhere top left corner.
Yeah, and then we've also got Instagram now, which we've started posting on there. DP will post his progress pictures on there via the time this has been out. If he doesn't, then he's made a liar out of all of us. And as usual, that's pretty much it. Anything else, DP?
No, nothing for me. Just remember that the charity page for Mambo and Lycos is in the description as well, so if you can donate, then please do. But yeah,
Wonderful.
Other than that, nothing for me to add. Thank you
Excellent.
for the show.
Yeah, there we go then. So goodbye from DB and goodbye from me. Big sweaty men slapping meat.
Peace.